Hello everybody, the Honest Collector here to give you the truth on the Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers Blanka figure. And I know that I reviewed Ryu and I posted a posing video of Fei Long, which I had a blast with those figures. Those figures are amazing. And I wanted to talk about this one because this steps up so much more, and they've been stepping up. Like, those figures are kind of considered like not really great anymore. Let me get Fei Long here, and I loved this guy, so this is going to be super interesting to talk about. I'm definitely interested in collecting more of this line because the quality is very interesting. Jada Toys is a lot smaller of a company. It's not as big of an industry, so they release fewer figures, better quality per year. And it's very interesting when put next to something like Hasbro, which releases more figures a year, worse quality, higher price point. I think now these figures are $30, or maybe no, 25 still, right? And then the big figures are $35. So you see him in the crouch pose here, but that's not really the crouch pose. You can definitely get this guy even lower. You can see I did not exactly know how to open the box, so sorry for any of you inbox collectors who are cringing at seeing this, but let's get the packaging out of here and let's talk about this figure's accessories. Okay, so this figure does come with two alternate hands. He comes with these fists right here, which are nicely done. And then he also comes with clawed hands out of the package. I don't know which ones actually come out of the package, but you could see these are also painted, all the fingernails and stuff like that. So it's really nice to see. They did not skip out on that. And then we do have the alternate head sculpt, which it's not the most accurate to like really what they're going for. It's clearly more of a stylized version, which people are constantly saying which one's better and going back and forth about why it's this one, why it's that one, and that this one's bad because it's not accurate. It's been a more stylized, kind of their own thing when basing it off of sprites. It's not 100%, but nothing ever is when it's based off of that stuff. So now here we have these two lightning effects, and they look really good, although I think they're too chunky and thick. I wish they were a little more thinner and like sharper, but not bad. You're definitely not going to hurt yourself on them. They're a little too rounded out for my liking, but they do look really good, and I do like that translucent color here. Taking a look at the other head sculpt, it is also really nicely done. You get the gums painted and everything like that. The eyes are done really nicely, and overall everything looks really good. There is what looks like some dry brushing to the hair for both head sculpts, which is really nice to see. And then we have this decently painted little patch here on the torso here, under the pecs. We get nice shading throughout, so it's not shadow, that's just actual shading that they always usually have throughout the figures, which looks really nice, and it is all over the pants as well, which gives it a really nice look, with some areas being more vibrant. And yes, I would count this as aesthetic base. These little ankle things here, this ankle swivel, or I guess lower calf, the ankle cut is typically going to be covered by these things, which, so I don't mind it, but sometimes it does just do this, and then you do see it, so that is a little ugly. But yeah, at least they didn't put this part with it and then it just breaks every time, so I'm okay with that. And now there's one thing that looks odd to me, and it's that these legs are too short, and I think they need to be longer, because, or maybe that's just how he's built, but these legs are so short compared to the rest of the figure, and I don't know if anybody else but me sees that, but I don't know, he just looks a little short in the legs here. But nonetheless, with the aesthetic, the thigh cut is hidden inside of the shorts. That is really, really nicely done. And I think, yeah, they did a great job on this. You get really nice sculpt work on here. I don't know why that arm was so hard to put back. Really good proportions aside from these legs. He looks great. All the muscles and everything like that. This is exactly how it's supposed to look when you're doing a character like this, and it looks great. Big shoulders, matches with the chest and everything. Of course, the butterfly joints are gonna kind of cut it up a bit, so it's always not gonna look 100% perfect, but this is definitely really, really nice. And the short legs are so subtle, I don't really think takes too much away from this figure. So yeah, really, really nicely done. These shorts, they're painted all throughout with the rips and everything like that, which we don't even get on a maximum Hulk figure that's $60, and this was $35, by the way. So now let's go into articulation. Because they have a hinge here that's on it with a ball, so a ball hinge that's in a port, in a peg hole, so you can move the neck like this, and it also gives it the smallest bit of leeway side to side. And so yeah, that neck range is going to be great. And then they do a really nice double ball peg on here, so they also cut this part of the hair so that way, and hollowed it out so it's very flexible and movable, giving this figure the best range looking up. That is insane. That is crazy. And then looking this far down, no problem, can bury the chin. He gets this much side to side, not the most, but it's a decent amount, and it's definitely good enough. So yeah, obviously swivel all around. The hair is gonna get out of your way all the time. It's very soft and everything like that, so it's really good. Arms move all the way around. And it's unfortunate that we only get 90. I mean, it's not bad, but I would like to move a little more up, but it's not the biggest deal to me. Butterfly joints move forward kind of like an okay amount. They move back okay amount. It's not bad, it's just I don't think it's enough for the butterfly joint. But then we get the bicep swivel, double jointed, kind of a smushed bicep, but they do that with a lot of their figures. But really good range, really nice looking elbow joints here. Let me see if I can really, yeah, really not bad. The color you could see the discoloration. That doesn't look great, but this is not bad. Then the torso, torso at the top is gonna move that much. I wouldn't really recommend moving it on the top as much, just because it's more sculpted out. So like it's gonna run against here more. But then you can also twist at the bottom, definitely. And because this diaper piece is so soft and so tight to the figure that you're gonna be able to get all the range you want. So moving down, crunching down this much, going back that much, gets all of what you want here. Side to side, it's gonna be great. Just all the kinds of clearance that you would need. And it also helps that the leg articulation is great. Leg's gonna kick up this far because the diaper just smushes. It's like the same material that was made with reuse gi. So very spongy, get out of the way material. They put the ball joints in the proper part of the legs. They space it out properly. So you're gonna have it's down there. So you're gonna have all of this here. You're gonna have the ability to move that up. So that's where it hits. So full splits, no drop downs, no anything. Really good range. And then you crunch him forward. Yeah. Really good range. This is really stretching, like really crunching this in, but this can be done. And you bend the knees because he has good knees. Of course he does. Full cannonball pose here. This is insane for a domestic $35 figure. Completely into a ball. Can even get that ankle articulation in there. So I know I'm showcasing and just going all over the place, but just to really show like how simple articulation can be the best. You don't need all these extra joints, and you don't need to make excuses why you can't do figures properly. And you can still have good proportions while having good articulation. So anyways, like I showed you before, the upper thigh cut, and then like I also showed you, double jointed knees work perfectly, kick right to the butt. That's not even fully extending and using the joint. So then I forgot, legs kick back this far as well because of that diaper piece. So that's really great. And then you have that ankle cut that's kind of ugly, but still not bad and definitely welcome. Then you have, since this is a floating piece, all the ankle range you would need. Moving up this far, down that far, and the standard ankle pivot, but also again, still getting that swivel. And here is Blanka next to the rest of my Street Fighter Jada Toys collection. We have the Ryu, the Fei Long, the Chun-Li, and the Sagat that I was talking about earlier. I know they're not going to, but I really wish that they would make another Ryu, just another set of these figures, like an alternate version, maybe one that's not from Challenger, the Ultimate Challengers 2 or something like that, because this Ryu is a really good figure. But they have stepped up so much in their figure quality, and already, just from this release, it has a decent, not even, it's acceptable and really well done. But now knowing what they can do, I would love another version of Ryu. I would love like a Fei Long. I think is good. I think we can keep it at this Fei Long. Maybe do some re-releases, reuse of this right here, and we're good because we have the other Fei Long with the purple pants, the player 2 with the nunchucks. That is great. And maybe, do we need another Chun? Yeah, I would say do another Chun-Li because this head range is not very good. And it's got some problems with it, with just, I don't know. It's still a really good figure, and none of these figures are bad. I would just love to see another version, but that's neither here nor there. That's more of a Street Fighter just discussion. So what are my final thoughts on this figure? It is excellent. This figure is so much fun. If you're a hardcore Street Fighter fan, or you just like using Blanka or anything like that, you want them in your collection, you don't feel like paying for Storm collectibles, guys, get this thing. It is wonderful. Heck, even if you don't even care about Street Fighter, if you're just interested in the line, or you want to just feel a good action figure that has so much care, so much effort and thought put into it, that's not just a mass-produced piece of plastic that lucked out and became good to people because it was all they could get this figure. If you're tired of that, get this figure. It is awesome. The price point is extremely reasonable, and it's just great. There's definitely a few things that I don't like, and that's why I don't want to give this a perfect score, because there definitely is room to improve. But I cannot wait to see Jada do that. And maybe they already did in the next figure. I'm gonna have to pick up their next one that they released. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this. I'm gonna give this figure a 9 out of 10. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give this video a like. And if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so I can give you the truth on the next figure. Spread peace, love, and be greater together. Thank you guys again for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.